I grew up in a family that flew airplanes a lot, so I got to fly over the ground and observe different geological features, and that got me very curious about how things worked, how did these different features form, and that was probably how I got into science in the first place. And yeah, I see a very large connection between flying airplanes and flying around remotely operated vehicles or manned vehicles at the bottom of the ocean in terms of understanding the topography. Of course, when you're in an airplane, you have the light to, you can see quite long distances, and at the bottom of the ocean, you have to infer a lot of what's going on based on maps and very limited distance viewing, which makes it more interesting in some ways because it's like a mystery. I think that one of the coolest things I've had the opportunity to do is in alpine dives and other submarine dives to the bottom of the ocean. The opportunity for human exploration out at the bottom of the ocean I just find conceptually exciting, and then the personal experience of doing it was beyond what I anticipated it would be. One is on the general topic, and there's a variety of different papers or discoveries that have been made concerning the issue of biogeography of microbes on the planet in general, but in particular at the bottom of the ocean. I think the ocean seafloor, the bed of the sedimentary bed and the hard rock ecosystem below that sedimentary bed is probably one of the most exciting areas to study specific topic of biogeography and dispersal, how microbes get from point A to point B, how do they enter that sedimentary sequence in the first place, how are they transported through the deep biosphere in the igneous ocean crust, through cracks and crevices and where there's fluid flowing. The other area, which I think is particularly resonates a lot with what we're doing down at the bottom of the ocean, which is very exploration driven. Right? There's a lot of things, most things we don't know, very little that we do know. At the same time, in the field of molecular biology, a relatively recent discipline has emerged in the field of metagenomics, and this is looking at all of the genetic information that's available from a community and trying to interpret what it means about how this community functions or could function, the potential for that microbial community. And just like exploring at the bottom of the ocean, this field is extremely exploratory. You don't know what you're going to find when you first start looking at these kind of data, and you're just kind of revealing what the information has to tell you as you go along. And therefore, I think it's a perfect marriage between these two, the field of the deep subsurface biosphere and the discipline of metagenomics. The advice I would give to a young person is to allow your curiosity to drive your interests. If you're not fundamentally curious about what you're endeavoring to study, then you're probably not going to be successful at that. And there's so much out there to be interested in. All you have to do is find that particular thing that piques your interest. And a second thing I would recommend is to get practical hands-on experience as young and as early and as frequently as possible, because what you're learning in the classroom just does not compare to what you learn hands-on by doing research and experiencing how scientific method is really played out in practical terms.